Hello everybody, Jonesy here again. Hope you're having a great day today. Today, it's gonna be something different. It's not gonna be a gameplay video or anything. Today, I'm actually gonna show you guys what I use as my setup, everything. My green screen, my computer. I'm gonna talk to you about everything that I'm using. And I'm gonna do that with this Sony Handycam. It's in 4K. I hope I can actually downscale it to 1080p. I should be able to. The reason why I'm using this camcorder instead of my actual, camera is because the cord is not long enough to actually show everything that's happening here. So without further ado, let's go. 4K goodness.
So this is my PC. It's an Alienware Area 51. It has an Intel Core i7 5820K at 3.3 GHz. It has 6 cores, but because of multi-threading, it reacts as if it's 12 cores. It has a GTX 1080 and 16 gigabytes of RAM on top of a motherboard of Alienware. These lights that you can see here can actually change color. You can have it like red or yellow or green or whatever. The thing right here, my external hard drive, is where all of my YouTube videos are actually stored before they actually go on YouTube. So the video that you're watching right now is first going to be on here before it actually goes to YouTube. If you guys are wondering what this is, it's not a condom, it's a micro SD adapter. It's something handy, might come in handy in the future. If you guys are wondering what this is, however, it has nothing to do with my computer, but it's something that I got from my girlfriend. It has a remote with it, and when I put it on, boom! The Millennium Falcon! Just kidding, guys. I know. It's the Enterprise, but I can change the color of that as well. But I normally just keep it off, not just for the batteries, but also because it won't distract me when I'm playing games. These colors that I was mentioning before can also like actuate, change color, pulsate, and all those things. But I usually just use one color, again, so that it doesn't distract me while I'm playing games. The second thing that I want to talk to you about is my microphone. It is an SE2200A with a condenser. It costed me about 250 euros, so it's a pretty expensive microphone, but it's a really good one. The arm where it's resting on is a 20 euro arm. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on an arm. The thing is that this microphone is very heavy and the arm cannot support it. So what I had to do, normally this arm, this thing right here, would be pointing that way instead. And every time I would put the microphone on it, the arm would just collapse into itself. To not have that happening, I actually had to change the arm, have it go this way. Now it's basically pushing against this and it cannot go down any further. That's actually very easy for me because if I just remove my headset right here, that means that my arm can actually slide neatly under here and I can move my mouse without ever touching the cord or anything. So I had to get a little bit creative when setting this up. Speaking of my headset, this is my headset. It's a Logitech G430. The reason why I went for this headset is because it's a surround sound headset. It's a really good one. I really like it. I'm not sponsored by Logitech or anything. I just really like their headsets. This is the mouse that I'm using. It's a Razer Death Adder. I used to have all sorts of mice in the past. I think my first Razer mouse was a Razer Copperhead. Then I went for a Razer Death Adder, not this one, it was another one. From there I went for a Razer Naga because at the time I was playing MMORPGs like World of Warcraft, Star Wars, The Old Republic, Guild Wars 2, and eventually going into Overwatch. I figured that my Razer Naga, which has like 12 buttons on the side and was really heavy, did not cut it when playing Overwatch. I needed something lighter. So I went back to the mouse rather, that was really good for me when I was playing other shooter games like Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, and that was actually the Razer Death Adder. So I decided to pick up the 2016 edition of it. So this is my mouse mat. It's a Razer Sphex, and it's kind of old. It's really old. It's kind of showing its inconsistencies, like there's a stripe here and here. I don't know where that came from. Also some inconsistencies here, some wobbly things, but it doesn't really bother me. I am looking for another mouse mat. I just haven't found one that is akin to the Razer specs. Most of the new Razer mouse mats are like woven styled, and I don't really like those woven mouse mats. I really like this one. It's very, very small. It sticks to the surface and stuff. It's really cool. It's the mouse mat that I enjoy the most. This is my keyboard. It's a Logitech Atlas Spectrum. It's a numerical-less keyboard. It doesn't have those 10 keys right here. The reason for that is because I don't really have a lot of space on my desk. So cutting space would be the space for my keyboard, so that I have more space for my mouse. All these lights, these keys, can have different lights. I'm just using a gamer setup, which highlights the WSD keys for the off chance where I need to type something and I don't want to look at my keyboard to get my fingers back. I just have to look at my screen and follow the colors in my peripheral. There's also a ARX control dock here for your cell phone. I'm already using it here. I'm not using it for the ARX control software because every time I try it on this cell phone it just crashes. But however, it is useful when I am, for example, live streaming or recording videos that I immediately see something pop up here, like a message, or when somebody is trying to text me or call me, I immediately see it popping up. Hey, that's my girlfriend. How you doing, honey? I love you. Next to my keyboard, I also have notepad and pen, for in the off chance I need to write something down. And next to my notepad is my controller, which I use for racing games or fighting games like Mortal Kombat or Xenoverse 2. I also use it for GTA. When I'm walking around, I'm just using my keyboard and mouse, but the moment I step into a vehicle, I change to my my controller. So these are the monitors that I'm using. This one is an Ayama. It's 24-inch, 60 Hz, 2 millisecond delay. It's the most affordable one that I could find for gaming. The one that I really want is actually a 144 Hz monitor with a 1 millisecond delay, but those are really, really expensive. Like, holy hell, they are expensive. So that's probably the second thing on my list after I've gotten a new mouse pad. But again, very expensive. It might take a while before I get that. This is my second monitor. It's a bit less quality. It's a Medion. I can't really tell you the specifics of it because it's a monitor that I actually got from my mother. My other monitor that I used to have was actually a 4x3 monitor, so it was really blocky. And it lasted for about 10 years, surprisingly. And suddenly it just died. One of the transistors inside kind of blew and spilled all of its splooge over the rest of the circuits, and, well, it died. I was looking for another one, but then my mom intervened and she was like, hey, I have one, you can have it. I'm not really needing it anymore. It's a bit less quality than the Ayama that I have right here. You can kind of see it already. This one's like flickering around. This one's really nice. This is the camera that I'm using. It's a Logitech C920. It's a very common one, and the reason why I chose this camera is because it can also record in 1080p, which is good for YouTube for when I want to just do something camera only. So this is my chair. It's a DX Racer, as you can see. It's a really good chair, but I think I kind of got the wrong one because it's a bit small for me. So the next one is going to be a bit bigger. The one gripe that I have with this DX Racer is that these armrests, although they can go up and down, they cannot go any other way. I would like to have this be a bit different, because when I'm sitting in this, I kind of have to open my arms really wide for it to actually be on here. This did not come with the DX Racer. It's something that I like to sit on. So, moving on. Hey Illidan, how you doing? For those of you who are wondering, no, I'm not giving that away. It's actually a gift that I got from one of my friends at Game Mania. It's kind of broken. As you can see, the World of Warcraft thing is not on it anymore. It's actually over there. I'm gonna, at one point, super glue it back on it, however. And once I don't use the green screen anymore, I'm probably gonna use this in the background. Talking about the green screen, this is the green screen. It's a very big one, if the camera would focus, thank you very much. It's a very big green screen. The thing is that I'm actually using it in the like this. I'm using it horizontally, basically, because there is normally something like this here. It's kind of a rod, and what this green screen does is at the top of the green screen, you have like this slit, this opening, where you put this rod into. But the thing is, if I do that, and I let the green screen slide, it kind of goes over the ground, and it can even reach under my wheels, which I don't like. It kind of destroys the green screen after a while, and I don't want that to happen. Also, Batman sucks for some reason. So instead of doing it like vertically, like it should be, I'm actually doing it horizontally. So the opening with the slit is actually on this side. This way, it actually doesn't touch the ground, and it covers the entire bases of the stilts and the rod that is up here. That way, these stilts also don't come into view, nor does the rod that kind of pokes out of here. For lighting, I'm actually using multiple lights. I have these 3 lights over here that are pointed towards my DX Racer. The reason that there are 3 is because with 3 you kind of eliminate all the shadows on your face. I also have these 2 over here. There's one there, there's one over here, and I bought them without this filter, and at the beginning they were really good, but they kind of created like strobes over my green screen, which was kind of hard to work with in the beginning, because with the chroma key it would like cover all of these strobes, but the middle would be like, it wouldn't be like light enough, it would be like darker, and it would kind of cause problems with the background. So because of that, I got these filters, and they kind of distribute the light more evenly, and that's how I actually got everything to work on the green screen. Can you please focus? Can you focus? Thank you. Thank you very much. I kind of lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, before I actually did this this setup here, and it was still like touching the ground and getting underneath my wheels, every time there was like a door open or like a window open, this would like flutter around, and it would kind of create like some kind of ghost effect in the background. This kind of eliminates it, because now the green screen is like tightened around it, so that it doesn't really flop anymore when something happens, when there's like a draft or anything. Can you please focus? Thank you. So yeah, that's about it.
I'm also using Adobe Audition to filter everything in my mic in real time. That way you guys do not hear the cars in the background or the cat that is meowing just outside of my window. And last but not least, I also use OBS Studio to record everything. I'm not gonna go into the details of these settings that I'm using. If you guys want me to go into details, I can do that in a separate video. If you so desire, just put it in the comment section below if you want to know what settings that I'm using for OBS. And that's about it, guys. That's all I'm using to just make YouTube videos with. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to join the notification squad, and I will catch you guys next time.